Sometimes we can use symmetry to help us sketch a graph. So in this case, we're giving half of a graph and the function, and we're going to use the concept of symmetry just to complete this graph. So let's see what type of symmetry we're dealing with. So I'm going to go f of negative x, and then replace all my x's with negative x. So now we have negative x over 4 minus negative x squared, and see what we get out. So now f of negative x is equal to, so the numerator here would just be negative x over 4, and now just careful on this because we're squaring, right, this negative, so that becomes positive x squared, but then I'm still subtracting that, so minus x squared. Now if we just shift this around a little, right, I've got this negative up in the numerator. This would be the same thing as writing it like f of negative x is equal to, and then just write this negative out front, and then perhaps in brackets write it as x over 4 minus x squared. All right, so what we have there is we have f of negative x being equal to negative, and then this function here was my original f of x. So what type of symmetry do we have? Well, we have odd symmetry. So odd symmetry is going to tell us that it is symmetric about the origin, right? So in this case, what's going to happen here is that this part of the function here that's up in the first quadrant, that'll be down here in the third quadrant. And it's going to look something like this, right? So you can see that I have an asymptote again, but just now at -2. And then this chunk of the graph that's down here, well, it's going to be rotated. Really, that's what it is. What's happening here, right? It's being like rotated about the origin. So in this case, this is going to be something like, it's going to hug here and then back up again.